Darrell Knappen, and I pastor Cornerstone Church, resident of Douglas County, and I want to thank you, board members, for serving. It's been a tough year, right? About a year and a half ago, if you knew what was coming, you probably said, what am I thinking, right? Don't blame you. So thank you for your service. I have two requests to ask of the board tonight, and I'll get right into it, since we only have 3 minutes. Here we go. Request number one. Before moving from a lower tier to a higher tier in the district's COVID policy, will the district be willing to complete, as I asked earlier, a thorough risk-reward analysis of the dangers versus rewards of mask mandates for students, using, here's the key, opposing sources of expertise. Here's why I ask this. So far, it appears the district is basing their policies solely on the recommendation of Horizon Health, which gets its information from the Minnesota Department of Health, which gets its information from the CDC. If the CDC is giving bad information or hiding good information, then the fountain is polluted. For example, the CDC has just now admitted, that they have no case on file where an unvaccinated person who has recovered from COVID has transmitted COVID to another person. Not one. Not one. That contradicts their lie that the unvaccinated are infecting others at higher rates than the vaccinated and are at a higher risk of being reinfected. That's a lie. Once again, if the well is polluted, so will the information be polluted downstream from that source. Be very careful where you get your information from. I recommend including in your risk-reward analysis information from Dr. George J. from Morris, who, by the way, is speaking this Thursday night at the Knights of Columbus at 6 p.m. He's a medical doctor who has been studying this subject and the subject of vaccinations full-time. He had to leave his practice because of cancer, and has been speaking to civic and medical groups, including doctors at Mayo Clinic, informing them of the dangers of these mRNA experimental vaccines that are technically not vaccines at all. Request number two. You've assured us that 206 will not be offering a vaccination clinic for students 5 through 18 at your facilities. Thank you. Thank you. But now, will you guarantee that to us in writing? If parents want to give their kids a vaccination or a jab, they have that opportunity at Sanford, Alex Clinic, drugstores in town. They can do it there. The district, I'm sure, does not want to open themselves up to greater liability by offering a chance to get a life-destroying jab at the school. Why do I say a liability? Here's why. The European Union's database of suspected drug reaction reports covering 27 European countries reports that as of July 17th, there have been 18,928 deaths and 1.8 million serious injuries with the COVID vaccines. The U.S. database, VAERS, reports that as of July 9th this year, 5 months ago, there are 11,000 deaths and 463,000 adverse health effects associated with COVID. A CDC whistleblower with access to the VAERS data revealed in a sworn statement under penalty of perjury, the actual number of deaths in that database is 5 times higher than the number released. 5 times higher. That means 55,000 deaths 5 months ago. That means 110,000 deaths now. These are numbers the pharmaceuticals, FDA, CDC do not want you to hear. They're lying to you. Please, please, please don't participate in their corruption by offering their dangerous product to Douglas County children. Thank you so much.